How we doing, YouTube? Matt Modi here with OddsJam, and for this video, I'm giving you my favorite anytime touchdown score bets for Thursday, or I should say Thanksgiving football. Same thing, but Thanksgiving makes it sound more fun. Football tomorrow. So depending when you're watching this, recording this on Wednesday, November 23rd. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. Let's bet some touchdowns. So there are 3 games tomorrow. I'm going to give you my favorite bet that I have locked in for each game, my favorite touchdown, and then I'll give you some backups as well if I have them. So this game here, the Lions versus the Bills, there's actually 2 that I really like. My official one that I wrote about is going to be Jamal Williams, anytime touchdown scorer, plus 120. Pretty good odds here at Bet365 at plus 120. You can also get him at plus 115 at PointsBet. I think he's great. I think he's an awesome bet to score. Jamal Williams, 12 touchdowns on the year. He has 6 in his last 4 games. He has scored at least 1 touchdown, so he has at least scored a touchdown in 3 of his past past 4 games as well. He gets pretty much all of the goal line work for the Lions. And, I get the risk in this game. The Bills have a great run defense. The Bills have a great defense in general. I am actually projecting this game to be a little bit closer than the score, or I guess I should say the spread indicates. As of right now, the Lions are like 9.5 to 10-point underdogs. So it's Bills minus 9.5, minus 10, depending on where you look. I'm not saying I think the Lions are going to win straight up. I do think it's going to be closer than that spread indicates. And Jamal Williams just represents the greatest chance for the Lions to score. He's going to get a ton of work at the goal line. They have a great offensive line. So if Goff is even able to move the ball a little bit, if they get 1 red zone touchdown, the most likely scenario is that it's Jamal Williams. And the fact that we can get that for plus money, obviously this the screenshot here highlights the importance of the book that you use, right? Minus 110 at BetMGM, minus 110 at DraftKings. But most other books, it's plus money. PointsBet, plus 115. That's available pretty much anywhere you can bet. Bet365, not available in very many places, just for me in Colorado. I actually didn't even bet this specific one in Colorado because I am in Maryland, so I wasn't able to bet this plus 120. So I just got it at plus 115 at PointsBet. But I do think Jamal Williams is a great play to score. Next up, my second favorite bet, and someone that I do really like. Where is he? Devin Singletary, plus 125 odds at BetMGM. Singletary has been great this year. He was great last week. He's been great. And this plus 125 at BetMGM is an absolutely awesome price. PointsBet has it at minus 135. FanDuel has it at minus 130. DraftKings minus 107, Bet365 and Tipico have it for plus 100, and DraftKings at minus 125. Look at the value here. Plus 125, only 2 books even have it at plus 100. It's the same exact bet. Literally, you're just betting on Devin Singletary to score. You risk $100 on this BetMGM one, you profit 125. For PointsBet and FanDuel, you have to risk $135 just to profit 100. It's insane the value you can get from line shopping across all the books. So Devin Singletary not only actually is a good bet to score, but you can also get an insane price on him to score as well. So he is, in terms of value, he is by far the best bet to score. My favorite, and just in terms of the game itself, is Jamal Williams. My favorite bet in terms of value is Devin Singletary. I recommend hitting both. They're both awesome. In the Giants versus Cowboys game, another game in which the Cowboys, they're another 10-point spread. Cowboys are favored by 9.5 or 10, depending on where you look. The Giants, I have a tough time handicapping them specifically because they're going to be out like 4 offensive linemen. It's just insane, the offensive line injuries that the Giants have suffered. Wan'Dale Robinson, their rookie wide receivers, out for the year. They already cut Kadarius Toney. Kenny Galladay, who even knows if he's still alive at this point. So the pass catchers that the Giants have, not great. Now, Saquon Barkley, of course, is a good bet. He can break one to the house. You can get pretty good odds on him, plus 125 at plus 120 at Bet365, plus 125 at Tipico. Now, those sports books aren't available a ton. I probably wouldn't touch Saquon Barkley if you can't get him for plus money. So where he's at the minus 115, minus 118, whatever range, I don't think is worth it. If you are in a state where you can get him at plus 120, plus 125, then yeah, he's a good play. He makes me nervous. My favorite play in the game is actually not Tony Pollard, who has the best odds to score, but it's actually Ezekiel Elliott. Getting him at plus 140, when personally, I think he has just as good of a chance to score as Tony Pollard, is great value. The closest you can get on him is plus 115 on FanDuel and Fox Bet. So Caesars is available everywhere. Take it on Caesars at plus 140. Put half of a unit on Ezekiel Elliott to score. In his first game back from injury last week, he scored twice. Now, I know that Pollard also scored twice, and Pollard, not a question, the more explosive athlete at this point in his career, and probably when they were both rookies, or like we're both young, I should say. Pollard is an incredibly explosive athlete. He had 2 long touchdowns last week. That's not as reliable week over week. You know, it is reliable week over week. Ezekiel Elliott getting the red zone, getting the short yardage, getting the goal line touches. That's how he scored last week. He's never going to be as efficient as he was at the beginning of his career. He's never going to be as efficient as Tony Pollard, but he's better with more carries. I should say his body can hold up with more carries, and he's better in short yardage situations. So the fact that we can get him for plus money after scoring twice in his first game back from a knee injury, completely healthy, came out of that game unscathed, should be a little bit more healthy. Granted, it's a Thursday night game, so not ideal, but still, he made it out of that game healthy, and he's now gone 3 straight games with a touchdown, and he has 5 touchdowns total in those 3 games as well. So I think this is a wildly mispriced line by Caesars. I love this plus 140. So this is my favorite bet to score in this game is Ezekiel Elliott plus 140 at Caesars. In the Patriots game, another game that I have a tough time handicapping. For the Patriots, I don't know what to do at this point between Ramondre Stevenson and Damian Harris. Now, excuse me, Stevenson is clearly getting the better odds, right? Plus 120, plus 110, plus 100. Minus 120 is terrible, but pretty much plus money across the board for Stevenson. But then Damian Harris is all the way up at like plus 200, plus 205, minus 187, minus 195. Earlier in the year, Harris was getting most of the work. He hurt his hamstring. Stevenson was incredible. All the games Harris was hurt. Harris is getting more and more healthy. He's getting more and more work. I have a tough time with this one, but my favorite bet, so I'm going to avoid the Patriots is what I'm getting at. So my favorite bet to score is Dalvin Cook. Plus 100 odds at PointsBet, I think is worth it. You get minus 105 at BetMGM, FanDuel, and Bet365. You get minus 150 at Caesars, which again is ridiculous. Minus 110 at FoxBet, and then minus 115 for DraftKings and Tipico. So PointsBet, only book, giving it to you for even money, for plus money. The Vikings, I actually like them to bounce back in this game. I think people are going to be, the market I think is, the spread I should say, I think is accurately priced. It's a good priced line, but they lost by 37 last week. I think this is going to be a good bounce back game. Another game that they're at home. Now, the Patriots, you really can't beat them through the air. They're a great passing defense, and I don't want to hear the argument that they're only good because they played Zach Wilson twice. If you take out the 2 games against the Jets, they actually have a better defensive rating because Zach Wilson actually threw the ball well on them the first time, over 300 yards. So that's all to say they have a good pass defense. So that's why I'm a little nervous about Justin Jefferson and Hawkinson and all them. But they're beatable on the ground. And I think in a bounce back game, which the Vikings are going to try and kind of get back to their roots, feels like a Dalvin Cook game. You're getting good value on him. He's obviously a good running back. So he is my favorite bet to score in this game. Dalvin Cook plus 100 at PointsBet. And that's all I got for you guys. So there are my 3 touchdown bets. I guess I technically have 4 touchdown bets. If you're tailing any of these, comment and let me know. Would love to hear it. But that's all I got. So thank you guys for watching and have a good one.